I didn't notice the blood on her sleeve at first, only the way she hid her hand behind her apron when she saw me step into the hallway. The kids were asleep, the house was too quiet, and my fiancé's heels were still echoing from the driveway, even though she had left 20 minutes earlier. Something was wrong. I felt it in the air, thick, metallic, sharp enough to cut through the disguise I'd been wearing for months. A millionaire posing as a janitor inside his own estate. My idea, my experiment, my trap. But I hadn't expected this. The housemaid, Lena, stood frozen halfway up the stairs, chest rising too fast, eyes refusing to meet mine. When she finally did, they trembled. "She didn't see me," she whispered. "Your fiancé, but the children." She stopped. The rest of her sentence bled into silence. My stomach hollowed out. A dull pressure started behind my ribs. "Show me," I said. No tone, no emotion, just cold instruction. And she obeyed. She led me to the twins' playroom. The window latch dangled, broken. Glass dust glittered on the carpet. I stepped closer, touching nothing, breathing slow, thinking faster. Lena spoke quietly, carefully, as if afraid her words might detonate something inside me. She tried to take them, out the window. She kept whispering something about a fresh start and how they didn't need you. A pause. I think she was going to hurt them if they refused. My pulse didn't spike. My breathing didn't stagger. Only a thought, precise, hollow, dripped into my mind. So it's finally happening. Not greed, not gold digging, not infidelity. Something colder, something that smelled like ownership and desperation. For weeks I'd been quietly gathering pieces of her double life. Money transfers, secret meetings, messages she thought she'd buried. But this was a different kind of betrayal. I stared at the tiny fingerprints smeared over the window frame. My children's fear was still imprinted there. Lena's voice cracked. They fought her. They screamed. I grabbed them before she could. I raised a hand. She fell silent immediately. Not because she feared me, because she understood my silence was worse than anger. Colder, sharper. I was no longer the janitor she thought she was protecting. I was the man who owned this house, the man his fiancé tried to deceive, the man she'd just given a reason to stop pretending. I handled the investigation myself. Camera footage, phone logs, her recent searches, her bank withdrawals. One pattern, one intention, one truth. She wasn't planning to marry me. She was planning to disappear, with my children, my money, and a new identity waiting overseas. The evidence arrived in a single neatly bound envelope. I placed it on the dining table, right where she liked to brag about our future. When she walked in, she smiled at me the way liars do. Too soft, too slow. "What's this?" she asked. "You tell me," I said, sitting back, calm, detached, dead inside. She flipped the first page. Bank records, boarding passes, fake passports. Her smile cracked. The color drained from her face. Her fingers trembled so hard she nearly tore the papers. I can explain." "No," I said, and the power in that single word made her knees weaken. "You won't speak. You'll listen." I told her what the cameras saw, what Lena stopped, what she almost destroyed. She collapsed into a chair, sobbing into her hands, begging, lying, unraveling. I watched her quietly, the way a surgeon watches a dying patient he has no intention of saving. She left the house that night. No screaming, no threats, just silence, and the sound of a life collapsing behind her. Lena tucked the children in, safe, unharmed, protected by the one person who owed me nothing. I walked the empty hallway afterward, touching the broken window latch one last time. Funny how betrayal works. It always cuts deepest where love once lived. But I wasn't bleeding anymore. I was clean, cold, finally awake. And as the door closed behind her forever, I felt nothing but clarity. Some people save your children. Others reveal who you should have never let near them.